What's going on, guys? The Film Fan Reviews. My name is Stephen Barton II, and today we're talking about the new Shaft. Yes, it kind of gets confusing at times because there are now, I think, 3 movies that are titled just Shaft, but this is the 2019 version we're talking about, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Jesse T. Usher, and Richard Roundtree. Now, all those names, you know you're about to have a good time, especially with Samuel L. Jackson and Richard Roundtree. Especially if you saw the other action movie Shaft that I think it was early 2000s around there. I actually watched it today. That starred Samuel L. Jackson with Richard Roundtree in it, and then of course the 1970s. I think there were a bunch of Shaft movies starring Richard Roundtree. So it was nice to revisit it after all these years because the last one wasn't that well received. And honestly, after watching it this morning, I don't think it really holds up very much either. It was fun seeing Samuel L. Jackson, but something about it I just didn't love as much. But going into this film, my expectations were still fairly high because the trailers were cracking me up, but watching it, I definitely had a lot of fun. There's just so much going on, hilarious moments. I was dying laughing just because the character of Shaft, if you know him, he's very misogynistic, set in his ways of almost being like a stereotypical like pimp type character almost, except he's like a cop as well. I mean, he's not really a cop anymore, but anyway. And yeah, he's a fun character to be with. Samuel L. Jackson just totally eats up the scenery. Honestly, the best part of the movie was Samuel L. Jackson, which probably no surprise to anyone watching this, but he's a great actor. One of my favorites right now. Just every time I see him in a movie, it's like, yep, this movie's about to be awesome just because he's in it. But yeah, very cool action scenes too. Like in American action movies, they're kind of weird editing. They edit on like everything, so you can't really see people fighting. So to train is hard. But this one, the style that they were going for throughout the whole movie with the editing, it really fit the fighting styles, and you saw more than I thought. They did some different things during the different fights too, slow-mo shots, just like cutting up a lot. And just some cool stuff, to be honest. Cool effects, even though it wasn't really effects heavy, which was good, but the effects that were in it were cool. The editing overall, especially like the opening and everything, it really stuck true to that almost like 1970s type feel. It was really like goofy, but I honestly loved it. I would love to work on a project similar to this just because it felt like so much fun. Now I will say, Jesse T. Usher sadly was one of the weakest parts of this movie. His acting felt a little weird at times, like it was almost like student filmy, but once he got vibing with Samuel Jackson throughout the latter half of the movie, I felt like he like ate into the character really well and just was having a ball. But at the beginning, he kind of felt weird and out of place almost. And when he became son of Shaft, basically, just got right into it and just, I could see him being in more movies. If they have Samuel Jackson him in another movie later about Shaft and everything like that, I'd be open to it just because their chemistry throughout the movie was actually pretty touching and just fun. And I will say about this movie, as I stated earlier, I didn't love the Samuel L. Jackson one from the early 2000s. So I was like, But after watching this is much better than that. I want to go back and check out the old Richard Roundtree Shafts now, but this one was a ton of fun. It's a high recommendation for me. Definitely, if you're into Samuel L. Jackson or anything like that and just want to watch a fun action comedy, I don't honestly recommend this before Men in Black. Well, Men in Black was still fun too, but this one, more quality film, and honestly, you'll have a great time watching it just from Samuel L. Jackson alone. Rating on this on a 5-star rating scale, I'm probably going to put it at a 4 because I can't complain too much about it. I had a blast watching it. It's definitely not going to be a movie for everybody because it's so goofy at times, but if you're in for a fun action comedy with a lot of crude humor that'll probably offend some people, definitely check it out. And that's it for this review. Please like, subscribe, comment on the video, tell me about the Shaft. Tell me about the Shaft. Tell me about your thoughts about this new Shaft movie. Tell me which ones of the old ones I should check out. I mean, I'm going to check out the first one. Maybe I'll check out a few more. Recommend them to me. Please share the video. Hit that notification bell if you subscribe. Get notified when I upload. And thanks for watching.